was recruited by Leonard Hamilton, and he was a hell of a recruiter. And then I wanted to come back south, so my father could see me play. So the one thing I do remember about the championship game was I knew we were going to win. I never thought we were going to lose, and I never thought Duke had a chance to beat us. Because for some reason, as a kid, I always thought God rode with me. So that's just always my thought whenever I hit the basketball court. And I knew for sure we were going to win is when Jack shot a shot from the right side of the court. Ball leaves his hand, goes up, hits the top of the backboard right here, and it goes in. And from then on, I knew for sure we were going to win. I have no reason why, because there's no way that he should make that shot. That ball goes in, and I said to Fred, Fred, you know what? We're going to win. You know, I'm not even worried about it. So that was when I knew for sure that we were going to win the game. But in my mind, I was always thinking art. You know, no matter what, you know, I could go someplace, you know, in my mind and think of art. Because being moved from my community from Florida, at that time in Florida was real soulful. So I had to like keep those memories in my head, keep them alive, and the people who I had talked to, you know, I just had to keep a part of that. So every morning I get up, my grandmother, she would sit me at the table. She made me say my name 100 times. And the reason why she made me say my name 100 times is so I'll never forget who I was when I got in a difficult situation. And it still happens today. You know, I say my name. A lot of people didn't like my paintings, but I sold a lot of paintings. And the one thing about those paintings was I didn't sell those paintings for much. And now when I see those paintings in people's houses, it's like, oh, shoot, you know, I was a little bit better than what I thought I was. I'm not trying to be a fine artist. I'm not trying to be this artist. A lot of people call it folk art. And that's, when I was first started, I thought that was a bad term. But I call it Black urban folk art. That's what I call it. Because a lot of people who will see it and say, well, he's not a folk artist. He couldn't be a folk artist. And some people say, well, he is a folk artist. But when they call you a folk artist, it's good for one reason. It gives you a sense of freedom. So now I have a sense of freedom to do whatever I want to. I believe I've created between 5,000 and 10,000 pieces of art. A specialty is wood carving. Because wood carving is what I first started out with. I wanted to paint. I wanted to be a painter, but the teachers and everybody around said I couldn't paint. So I switched over to the wood, and then I started painting wood like a painting. That was why I started carving. But one of the main reasons I carve is because my brother was a wood carver, and my great uncle was a master wood carver. My brother was a master wood carver too. My brother had a lot of innovations. So when he carved, he would carve one side of a figure, and then he would carve a whole different figure on the other side. And that was, as he said, was for purchase power. Because the person, they were feeling they were getting two sculptures in one. That's why he did that. I like to be remembered as a great artist. That's what I like to be remembered as. Not being conceited. Because when I was a kid, my father used to, like if he thought we were jealous of somebody, get a whipping. So you were never allowed to boast and say, you know, like I'm great, I'm like Muhammad Ali. He just didn't have it. But even though I wasn't allowed to boast, I feel that way. You know, like, but I'm real competitive. That's the one thing basketball gave me. You know, it gave me that competitive edge. And that's what I will say. I can thank Kentucky for that, because I got that competitive edge from them.